on existing protocol. You know, we have very big men in our midst. Before we officially introduce them, we'll have to commit the entire gathering into the hands of the Almighty Allah. And when we do that, we can now come back to officially acknowledge every individual who matter to this event. This is where I call on our Imam Abdul Rahim, to give us the Muslim opening prayer. A round of applause to Abdul Rahim.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات كانت لهم جنات الفردوس نزلاً خالدين فيها لا يبغون عنها حولا. قل لو كان البحر مدادا لكلمات ربي لنفد البحر قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي ولو جئنا بمثله مددا. قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد فمن كان يرجو لقاء ربه فليعمل عملا صالحا ولا يشرك بعبادة ربه أحدا. صدق الله العظيم. أصبحنا وأصبح الملك لله رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك خير هذا اليوم، فتحه ونصره ونوره وبركته وهداه، ونعوذ بك من شر ما فيه وشر ما بعده. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين.
Thank you very much. My name is Abdul Hamid Isa, and I'll be your MC for today. Today is a very important day when it comes to the Zongo community. Over the years, there has been that relationship between the police and the communities. But then, what makes it better is constant relationship. When there is a constant relationship between the police and the citizenry, then we will have things moving on the way we all want. So the Liaison Office of the Ghana Police, which is in charge of the Zongo communities, realize that we have a lot of stakeholders if we need to have that collaboration between the Zongo communities or the citizenry and the police. There is the need to create that bridge between the citizens and the Ghana Police, and that is where the liaison officer or the liaison office comes in. This particular program being on the 13th, today is 14th, today is 12th November 2025, is to create that relationship again. It is already there, but we are here today as stakeholders where we have the Zongo Youth for Discipline. If we have the Zongo Youth for Discipline in the house, let me get a very big round of applause. And we have another important stakeholder, that is the Sabon Zongo Neighborhood Watch Committee. A round of applause to them. So in case, I'm sure we all know each other, but those on the right side are the Zongo Youth for Discipline. And those on the left side are the Sabon Zongo Neighborhood Watch Committee. Earlier, they started as Zongo Against Drugs, and then the Ghana police metamorphosed them into that particular office, which now gives them a mandate to serve as the community police to help combat these aspects of canker that is affecting our community. So we say kudos to the police for making it official so that the fight can be fought and fought well. Let's give ourselves a very big round of applause. I have a lot of dignitaries on the high table, and the list is still going around. But for some of them, just by looking at them, I know their names, so I'll take the opportunity to acknowledge their presence whilst I wait for the official list. The gentleman immediate on my left is my brother Firdaus Yusuf, who is the Deputy Liaison Officer for the Zongo community. A round of applause to him. He's a businessman. Over the years, I know him as a businessman. He has a lot of knowledge when it comes to the security. He has a lot of businesses. He's into microfinance. He has established himself. He has lived outside the country in Finland for some years. We knew each other for the past 25 years. And the energy, the last part of it was he's a finance officer for the Zongo caucus. And also he was, let me say, he also aspired to be the MP for Kintampo. Is it North? Yes, Kintampo North. But I'm sure maybe the next time around, we'll be referring to him as the Member of Parliament for Kintampo North. A round of applause to him. I'm still waiting for the name, but the next person sitting is our brother and father, ASP Reginald Osei. Sorry, ACP Reginald Osei, who is the Divisional Commander of NEMA. A round of applause to him. I actually didn't come with the next person we have to do, or I have to acknowledge, will be coming very soon. He has another engagement, so we'll go straight to give the liaison officer the opportunity. But before that, let me call just the gentleman I just introduced, ACP Reginald Osei, the Divisional Commander of NEMA, to welcome us in 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, let's welcome ACP Reginald Osei, Divisional Commander of NEMA.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Zongo Youth and Discipline. Yes, I want to say that why is it that each and every day should police embark on swoop? The Zongos have always been our target. Have we all thought about that? Why has the Zongo always become and has been the subject matter of our law enforcement? If we are looking for, say, drugs, narcotics, for instance, we don't hit at, say, rage. Our target is always like Nima, Mamubi. The question is why? It shows that something fundamentally is wrong somewhere. And for us to identify that and institute a body, Zongo Youth for Discipline, then it's something which is, has come at the right time. And I can see personalities, a cross-section of personalities who are all ready together to join hands to enforce and also uphold that principle of Zongo Youth and Discipline. This morning, I take the opportunity to welcome the high table, the chiefs, the watchdog committee, and the CPAs. Time is not on our side because we had to adjust the time earlier than expected. And for that reason, I will be brief by welcoming everybody to today's event. Feel free. You can speak your language if you all can understand. Akan, Hausa, English, perhaps Dagbani, so that we'll go home fully informed. Without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to today's event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, ACP Reginald Osei. Now we move straight to the purpose why we are all gathered here. And to do that, we'll officially invite the Deputy Liaison Officer, who is in the person of our brother, Honorable Firdaus Yusuf. A round of applause.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Before I speak, I would want to introduce my boss, who is the liaison himself. He just walked in, popularly known as Baba Sule, but officially known as Musa Ajiman. That's my boss. He will say one or two words after I am done. So, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, I would like to sincerely apologize to our police commanders on the lateness that this program has happened. The Office of the Liaison has learned a lesson. Next time we organize the program, we will do it ourselves. And then also thank the Zongo Youth for Discipline for honoring it. And then also the Zongo Against Drugs. It's an honor to have you here. And then the chiefs of Nima, and then the elders. Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, respectable elders, youth leaders, members of our cherished communities, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. When the Inspector General of Police and his predecessors established the Office of the Liaison between the Ghana Police and the Muslim Zongo communities, it was not a symbolic gesture. It wasn't done for politics. It was a mission, a mandate to build trust where suspicions once lived and hoped where misunderstanding once ruled. That was the mission of the Liaison's Office. Our mandate is very clear: to bridge the gap between the police and the Zongo Muslim community, to promote peace, discipline, and development, to empower our youth to become ambassadors of unity, not agents of division. And above all, to ensure that every Zongo child grows up in a community that feels protected, respected, and heard. So some have asked, why wasn't the police officer used to speak on these platforms as a liaison officer? And that is a very fair question. Mostly people have asked, are you a police officer? Is the liaison officers police officers? And the reason is very clear. The liaison officer exists as the bridge between the uniform and the people, a natural space where the community can speak freely and the police can listen honestly. When a police officer speaks, some may see authority, but when the liaison speaks, the people see as a That is why the IGP and the leadership of the Ghana Police Service wisely appointed individuals who know both sides, people who understand the discipline of the service and the pulse of the community. So today, this voice is not outside the police. It is part of the police, a voice designed to connect, not to command. The work of building peaceful communities cannot be done by one office, one group, or one leader. That is why today, from this platform, we open our doors wide to every youth group, every association, every brother or sister who is working tirelessly to fight drugs, crime, indiscipline, and violence in our community. To Zongo Youth for Discipline, to Zongo Youth Against Drugs, now known as Neighborhood Watchdog Committee, and to every emerging group in our towns and schools, this is your home too. Let's work together. Let's share ideas, resources, and energy. Because we unite under one vision, our impact becomes unstoppable. We become your bridge to the Ghana police hierarchy, communicate your problems, issues directly to the top. Thankfully, we have Imam Hussein here, who is one of the leading committees against for the liaison. We must also remind ourselves that Zongo is not defined by religion alone. Yes, many of us are Muslims, but in every Zongo there are Christians, traditional believers, and people of different ethnic roots. To our youth, you are not the problem, you are the solution. Your energy is not meant for distraction, but for direction. Join us, let's visit your schools, let us talk to your peers, let us prepare you to go back to your hometowns, not just as graduates, but as ambassadors of peace and discipline. You are the generations that will refine the Zongo story from one of the neglect, from one national pride. So today, on behalf of the liaison himself, the Liaison Office, we reaffirm our commitment on our scarred mandate to you, the Zongo for Discipline, and then the Zongo Against Drugs. We will not rest until every police officer understands the Zongo and every Zongo youth sees the police as a partner. We will not stop until the name Zongo becomes symbolic with discipline, unity, and progress. Together with our youth groups, our leaders, our elders, we will build that bridge together. And inshallah, the generations that come after us will walk safely, proudly across the Zongos. Alaikum salam. My liaison will say one or two words before Imam, sir.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. To sannun ku da zama wanga lokaci. Allah ya bar mu tare. To gaskiya tunda deputy ya zo ya sarrafa da Ingilishi ya ci nima in zo ne in sarrafa cikin Hausa kowa ya ji abin da ke tafiya. Amma magana na ba dogo bane. Alherin Allah ya gaida shugaba assistant commissioner Hussein mun gode da mara bayan da ka zo ka mara mu na baya, kai da dan wanka shi ma assistant commissioner. Lamari na cikin batawa cikin zango. To in ba mu mun tashi mu yi ma kanmu fada ba wanda zai zo muna fada. Don shi na ji daɗi da wanga hidiman da ake yi. Don Allah mu mara baya, saboda mu ma mun zo ne maku, saboda mu taya lamarin zangonnan mu na Ghana duka kaf yayi kyau. Don shi muna roka mun mara muku baya, kuma ku mara mu na baya, lamarin mu yayi kyau. Ban yawaita magana nan dukan da zai yi kenan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much. That was the two of them. We had Honorable Firdaus Yusuf and the liaison officer himself, Musa Ajiman. A round of applause one more time. Now, we would have a presentation which comes with some visuals. Over the years, they started this as individuals who believe you need to bring change. When you sit on the fence and only complain, you will not get solutions. So as the youth, that is Zongo Youth for Discipline, they came together and said, no, if you identify a problem, you have to be part of the solution. So quickly, they mobilized themselves and they started something which is a novelty. And with this is where I call on the group to give us their presentation. And the first person to be here will be our brother. That will be Bashiru Audu. A round of applause. He is an executive member for Zongo Youth for Discipline. One more time, a round of applause to him.
Thank you so much, Mr. MC. The way you introduced the group, it has left me with very little to say. I also want to stand on existing protocols to proceed with a short background about the Zongo Youth for Discipline. However, I have a video footage that I would want to show to give a brief background of Zongo Youth for Discipline. So, Mr. Mustafa Campbell will help us with the video.
Among the youth in our Zongo communities. The group began by mapping hotspots where senior high school students gather, all in the name of taking their breakfast before leaving to school, and end up spending all their entire school hours there. Places well known as Kanda Mobile, Amaria Wache, Aquinas, Backgate Wache, Laboni, Perix Wache, ATTC, and Ghana Publishing Center, Accra, Kimbu, were all identified as various hotspots. Above all the hotspots mentioned, the team has ensured by placing each team member at various hotspots to ensure that students go to school at the right appropriate time. The team visited various senior engineer high schools to sensitize students on their mission and share some words of encouragement.
We are championing discipline across our senior high schools, and we are from the Zongo community because we understand that most of the issues of indiscipline among students is coming from students from the Zongo, students who have been identified as people from the Zongo community.
My brother who earlier mentioned that the former president is the former student of this institution, isn't it? He came from the Zongo. Yes, he became the president of this country, okay? Listen very carefully. I see IGPs here, I see presidents here, I see first ladies here, I see interior ministers here, commanders of state here. But to become all these things I've mentioned, it will take us to groom you. We've been to a couple of schools. This is the way you are supposed to be standing when you are at assembly, okay? And beyond here, because we are grooming you, even if you go out there in the community, put your hands behind you. It is a sign of humility.
And importance of portraying a disciplined behavior in school. Topics like responsible social media usage and
doing TikTok, we go far academic. Hello, are you aware that those ladies, for the rest of their life, people will make reference to them because they put themselves on TikTok? So that girl, if you are not careful, those ladies, they will never get married.
The damages of drug and sexual activities were being taught by the team. Students found breaking school rules were dealt with according to the GES standard and forwarded to the authorities for further punishment. As part of the team's motive in ensuring positive thinking, abstinence of drugs in our Zongo community, the group also engaged the youth in our communities on the benefits of positive thinking and the negative effects of drug abuse.
I want to say I'm broken. You need to organize all the boys give you. You understand me? So I'm begging you. Then you know the gratitude. Yeah. See, as we sit here together, some time ago I come to this one. Yeah, I remember. So when we sit down, instead of us doing just have to introduce ways to do the stuff. The other day I was telling people that if you are 10 people and you say you are contributing to that, you get to watch it. You have a so when you say that it's a business idea.
They also engage the wider communities through radio, TV, and social media campaigns.
So that should do with the
A round of applause, a round of applause.
So that should do with the video footage. I mean, with this, I'm not going to prolong my speech. I would hand over to our patron and Assistant Nima District Commander to delve more into the progress and activities we've been engaged in. So I'll use this opportunity to invite ASP Isoin Arakwa, who happens to be the Assistant Nima District Commander and patron for ZY, the Zongo Youth for Discipline. So, I mean.
No.
Thank you very much, my brother. Zongo Youth for Discipline. It's all about our future. Zongo Youth for Discipline. Zongo Youth for Discipline.
It's all about the future.
We salute you. Yes. I stand on existing protocol to express my sincere gratitude to the Liaison Office for giving us the opportunity to do this presentation on our model as to how we deal with issues relating to the crime in the Zongo. So we are Zongo Youth for Discipline, and
We have our mission and vision. I'll try to do this as snappy as possible. Good, so a very brief history about how this whole group started. Men cabrofo too much. I just want us to communicate, so I'll be mixing the language. It's not everybody who speaks English here. So when I took command as the Nima district commander, I noticed a few things, especially when it was drawing near to the election. So we had group attacks. So somebody and somebody will have a problem. Instead of reporting to somebody to solve problem, they will resort to going to call a gang to go and pounce on the other party. And we had people using knives and other things to attack. In the midst of all these things in the community, we noticed that students who are within our jurisdiction here, young call for school form where area muha, it be a Accra High, it be a ATTC, pilot school, any technical schools be around. There be a samuba near friend near kwa. You may be said in your students, may be said in Obeka say Ibrahim, and I said Gosway, Amemu, a Ufrihe, a Zongo, Zongo no, a Mamobi, Nima, Alajo, Newtown sometimes. And the need for us to do something about this whole thing, no? Then I called for a stakeholder meeting. Please, all those people who were part of that stakeholder at the beginning of this whole thing, it was formerly the National Zongo Peace Campaign. Please raise your hand, wave your hand, wave your hand. Please, let's clap for all of them. Well done. Yes, you don't disappoint. They came. So in this very hall, we met the likes of the religious leaders with the community. The Zongo is now a cosmopolitan community. It is not for only Muslims. It is now full of a lot of diverse people from diverse backgrounds. So we call all these people, I can't mention because we need to hasten. And in this very room, we said we wanted to fight crime. But fortunately or unfortunately, the election period was approaching. So the team decided that we should do something and educate people, engage people, so that they will become acquainted with issues relating to anti-violence towards election. That is before, during, and after the election. And we named it as the National Zongo Peace Campaign. We all agreed that after the National Zongo Peace Campaign, towards the election, after the election, we will now form another group, or our new focus will be on fighting crime. So after all the election, it was successful, everything was over. Then we launched the Zongo Youth for Discipline. In fact, it all started when the students were having inter-schools, and they will meet and clash. And again, not knowing the youth of the community, that is the Zongo community, the Ayawasu constituencies, I'm talking about Ayawasu East, North, and Central in particular, noticed that this canker was going on. So they had no choice, but a few of them, the likes of our late brother Zion, may his soul rest in peace. He died about a month ago. Is it a month? Yes, about a month ago, involved in a motorbike accident. So he rallied, and some twins, they rallied around and called their friends. They came to my office and they said, Commander, we are willing to help. So how can we go about it? Then quickly we called a meeting with the mother team. Right here in this room, this corner is where we did this meeting. And you decided, you say, you babe fight it, sa problem we. So quickly we mobilized resources. We identified ourselves with printer. Please, can you stand up? Those in our uniform, the Zongo Youth. So sponsors gave us money. We printed this. We had some caps, and we decided to wear some blacks down. Then we moved into action, as simple as that. So we started going to the schools. Please sit down. Sit down. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, call schools. You know. And the school authorities were so enthused about our action. So this gave us the zeal to move beyond where we were. So I'll now speak to what the slide is talking about. So we decided that we should make this thing formal. We registered the group and we have started work. Work is already ongoing. The intention of the group is to foster culture of discipline. So we are guiding the youth. Our target is the youth, not the elderly one. From 0 to anybody who is around 30. We assume that by 30 years, you are still a youth and you are still going to school. So we are fostering. If you have not combed it, they will say no. Would you want one day, if you are a chief executive and your friend workers are coming to work, would you want to see them unkept, like their dresses dressed anyhow? And they will say no. Before you finish saying these things, they will start tucking in. So we have been guiding them. This is what we do. We go to schools, we give them orientations. And so it is all about the culture of discipline. Then civil responsibility of the youth. What are they supposed to do in our communities, even as students? What are they supposed to do? This is our focus. We tell them that, well, one day, for me, for instance, I use myself as an example. When I was coming to join police, we use, we will go for a normal enlistment, but they will go to your house around the area and they will ask about the kind of person you are. So you are writing your own testimonial within your community. You see? And for you to be seen as a responsible person who will be given certain responsibilities in future, your conduct matters. And for that matter, police also have something we call criminal clearance. And we tell them that if you commit any crime, we have a juvenile court. So for you to be seen as a responsible child, you have no choice but to adopt to the good postures of society. And that is how we are training them. So the likes of training them, skillful training. Some of them we have, those who have completed school recently, we have asked them to join skill training, like people who do barbering, people who sewing, right? And those who are into technical side, go into engineering. You are more or less learning what you are going to be in future. Then academic excellence. We go around the community in the night and we notice that 13 years, 12 years, 15 years, they will either be doing lovey-lovey, they will not sleep. So you realize that during the day, instead of going to school at 7, by now, around 11, this is the time they will be going to school. So we notice that we have to do something about it because it's all about their future. So it is part of our agenda to make sure that they attain academic excellence. Now, all things being equal, if we move beyond where we are creating centers for them. That's why some of our stakeholders are the MPs, MCs, and members of assembly members, the honorables within the community. Then we will be meeting them at such areas and teach them what they are supposed to do next. I have just 20 minutes, so I'll be very fast. That's why make us attend them. Our mission and vision is to promote youth discipline, civic responsibility, education, and personal development through mentorship. That one is very important. So the assemblymen within those communities, our model is said that they are supposed to give us 5 mentors from each electoral area who we will train, and eventually they will now be meeting those people in the centers every 1 hour, 1 hour in every week. They will meet them at that centers and teach them common issues like courtesy for boys and girls and issues about discipline. Good. Through that mentorship, then we'll do outreach program, which we are already doing. We go out to the ghettos and all that, and advocacy. So, next. Our objectives are very simple. It's to promote discipline and moral values among the youth in Zongo communities. Like we said, Zongo is a Muslim, a Muslim in Yeka Allahu Akbar, Christian, hallelujah, amen. Not traditional person, also any dear. And young nan yeka as youth to make sure say young generation no send young for your call and say page mama binum. You see a biabedane YEA, that's community policing assistance. But you man no more yes kama womo. And no, I was here copy baby mom no support your mom. And you don't share YEA. And to see and be a YEA. Mumyambo and semi YEA for. Yeah, call baby see a page man almost see a free zongo no. Utumu say a B person more penance no almost answer. And to moko out na mo kasachre and man mamon can't almost and go for throw ya a free zongo no. Enya Muslimi ni asem na meka. Yeah, you free Zongo no. One must yen. Into a person 10 generation we want to turn the narrative around to a positive feeling. The next one, encourage education, vocational training, and entrepreneurship among the youth. One more year skill training, no, yeah, management, a friend for resource people. No maba, no more kasa, no more some managers. And it's not a share for everyone dress here. You catch and said, you know, you are my future manager. And if you are a future manager, must you dress like that? If you are not punctual to school, it means that on that day they make you a manager. Some of the people we are teaching you report at 7 because when you become a manager, you are expected to make sure people report to work on time. So if you are late at school, you are likely to become a late person when you are manager in future. So we encourage them through all these things. Then we create platforms for dialogue. Especially, we notice how they have been engaging with people. Almost everyone who is speaking in Zongo has a high tone. Please, have you noticed that in? Obia Okasa was especially in Koran. Obia Kasa, into a high tone, I'm a high tone. Like I said, Banya de Bosso. And I talk also there, when we need a winning, and Miss Mavinia, also be winning. And I win in this one, a tweet in some breeding. So we believe in dialogue. Let's give them the opportunity to come and tell us what we are not doing right. And we also tell them what they are not doing right. Then we encourage each other into the positive future instead of resorting to gang violence. So we tell them, okay, I'll come to conflict resolution so you get it. Conflict resolution in respect of the fact that so Onya Sama, those days we used to work Osofo Dazi, watch Osofo Dazi, and whenever there is a problem, it's about social issues. They know that they have to go and see Busunya Penyi or Osofo, that's why it's called Osofo Dazi. Kantanta and Obra, they are not watching that thing again. So those things were teaching us how we should resolve issues. Now we want to watch action films. So what a child sees is what the child becomes. So now they know that in the films, when somebody does something, go and bring people and come and shoot or come and fight. And that is what is happening in the system now. So we want to change that one too around. Background of, okay, so my brother said it already. The background of the Zongo Youth for Discipline, we are saying that students loitering about at Kanda Mobile, a known hotspot. Students who are free in community, a hopper na problem area no. Omo nyina ko faka ebia obi mo ko Accra High, omo nante. Enti omo said they have girlfriends. And ebi so eko Osu Presec. Ebi ko Thomas Aquinas. Mention the schools. Laboni. So that is a converging point for almost all the students. We'll be in the office and we'll hear that there is fight. This one is chasing this one's girlfriend, or because there is rivalry in schools, in Tako, then Apai. So almost every time they were calling us. But since the time we started this group, it has not happened again. Let us clap for ourselves. There. We have moved beyond even this place, and we've gone to their Intako, the grounds. They introduced us. We've had interactions. Welcome, Chief. The Chief of Kutubabi is here. Welcome, sir. Yes, sir. Let's welcome with a round of applause, please. Yes. He is one of our stakeholders, and we have his full support. So, ladies and gentlemen, you will notice that apart from the Kanda, which is the main area, a place like the Asylum Down Roundabout and around Circle, ATTC people, when they are going, they clash there. Now it is inter and intra school. It is Form 1 in the same school against Form 2 or Form 2 against Form 3. If you touch one of our Form 1s, we will come and fight the Form 2s who did. So the work is so huge. Now, it will interest you to know that when we notice that it's not only about the schools, but it's starting from the community. Hence the reason why now we extended our hand into the community. Because the source of the problem, the root, is in the community. We are hopeful. So far, the feedback is so positive. So those hotspots are the places we go to avoid the occurrences. And some of the tools we have, please, this one, high table, I want you to take note of these things. Look, military-styled jackknife. We seize them from students. All these things you are seeing were seized from students. And please, do we have the cutlasses here? Bashiru, the cutlasses. So in the name of going to do practicals, they bring boxes like that and they use them to fight either among themselves in school or when they have problem with other schools. These are the things they use. And we have cutlasses, about 25 cutlasses at our exhibit shop. is there right now. Students who, so mama ye nin kwa enuanom ho. Enkwara no because mama is dangerous. This is part of those videos we've seen with them indulging in violence. You can see. So I'm sure this should be Accra High. Good. Accra Academy, eh? Accra, okay. So they are coming to meet some other group of students, and they will start doing their thing. So if you look at the other video on the right, you can see them running. This is how some of the clashes happen. So now, when we go to this interco, we are obliged to walk with them. We brace them, frank them, and walk all the way. The last time we walked from what was the place? The Airwalk, all the way to Kaneshi. We have to escort them on foot. This is how far we have come. It is all for free. Good. So more videos are there. Now, interventions of ZYD, dialoguing and mentorship to guide students. When they do something, we don't beat anyone. We are apolitical. It's all about the youth within the community. Yanya politics were a group anymore. It's about the youth. So unuya, you will feel more conform more NDC for, MPP for, and we carry them along. We believe that they should understand the meaning of politics. Bring your mind, let me also bring my mind. We put together for the positive or the interest of the community. And so I do that kind of talk with them every time, and they understand it perfectly. So far, so good. So the hotspot, so we had feedbacks from the people who are selling there. Sometimes they vandalize their shops and other things. So now, this woman, for instance, I think Joy TV came to the place to interview us one of these days, and they chanced on her. Okay, let's go to the next video quickly. Okay, so my brothers, flip, good. So the story so far is that we go to schools, we talk to them, and when we come home too, we do on-campus curriculum and out-of-campus curriculum. This way we believe that we can do this job. Next. Good. So our community engagement, this is one of the videos. This is viral. So please, if you go to TikTok, we are on TikTok, and you will see, you search for Zongo Youth for Discipline. All the videos are there. Right from the time we started this whole thing, we document everything. The experience is that when we're doing the campaign, somebody went to doctor a particular speech I made, and the person went to say, I say NDC will win. It became a problem for me. So we were advised that every step of the way we are supposed to be documenting things ourselves. I've learned my lessons. So this time we are not joking. The UN residential big man invited us to his office. He is the one we are in this particular slide with. We were called at the UN office. And this is our municipal chief executive. That is Ayawaso North. You realize that the Ayawaso constituency, when you are doing something in the Zongo at Nima, and you leave Mamobi, you have done nothing, because it's the same people. If you go to Ayawaso Central, it's the same. That's why we didn't limit ourselves to only Ayawaso East. We are tackling the whole Ayawaso constituency, hoping that if the story is good, beyond here, the Ghana Education Service will adopt our system and maybe employ some of them to become the security for the Ghana Education Service, to be dealing with students per their rules. And we also believe that beyond this place, the MCs, our communities, they will replicate what we are doing at other places. That's why they mentioned the mother team as the National Zongo Peace Campaign. We are hoping that it will become National Zongo Youth for Discipline. This replication will be done everywhere, and we believe that it will work. So far, so good. Now, our challenges. I'm almost done. So we need a collaboration with MCs who are going to be at the center of issues, because if we need resources and all that, they are supposed to help us. Members of Parliament, the same. Assembly members, their work, as I mentioned earlier on, is to give us mentors and give us locations where we can meet the youth. so that we can have interaction, dialogue with them. Then opinion leaders, a lot of them are like our chiefs, our imams, and the clergy are all part of it in mobilizing resources for outreach programs. Provision of transportation is very important because everywhere we are going, look at this number. We need motorbikes and we need cars, vehicles to reach the youth out there because we go for night patrols too. So logistics, fuel, and some small remuneration, they are all very important. The next one, so sponsorship is very key when it comes to these issues. Finally, the inclusion of the group in youth-led and youth-focused programs, training and conferences to enhance our skills, knowledge, and capacity for community development is very important. So on this note, I just want to thank all of you for giving me audio. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A round of applause one more time. As he said, what we need is the support from the community to get these things done. And I'm sure we have all seen what they've been doing over the years. We say kudos to them and kudos to other individuals who have been doing such similar activities just to bring discipline in our communities. Let me quickly do the introductions because most of them we couldn't introduce them. We've just been joined by the chief from Kutubabi. So let me quickly do that. We have Mr. Mohammed Mahmoud, who is the National Secretary, National Security Officer. If he's here with us, let's acknowledge his presence. Thank you very much. We also have Chief Inspector Agrippa Abina Frimpoma. We can see here. Thank you very much. We also have Chief Inspector Hussein Muaz Atta, Office of the Imam Ghana Police Service. We also have Dr. A.M. Marzouk, who is the PA for the National Imam of Ghana. A round of applause. We also have Chief Sedu Lami, who is the Chairman Ayawasu Council of Chiefs. Luis, rather, Chief Sedu Luis, because I know him, so when I saw that part, I was like, no, that is Chief Luis. May martaba Allah kare kiyaika. We also have Chief Uluman Hashiru, who is the Council of Ayawasu East. Sandazua, may martaba Allah kare kiyaika. We also have Hajj Abu Siddiq, who is the Secretary for the National Chief Imam. He was around earlier. Thank you very much. We also have, okay, he just spoke. The gentleman who just spoke, that is ASP Anson Airakwa, Assistant Nima District Commander. We also have Isaac Baton, who is the Final Point Foundation Executive. If he's here, oh, he's outside. Thank you very much. We also have Theophilus A. Ofori, NCC, Ayawasu Central Municipal Rep. Thank you very much for joining us. We also have Ni Note Obimbo Agbo, the second Kotobabi Chief. You're welcome. Okay, so remember we are live on Fridaus Mubarak Yusuf's page. We're also live on ZYD, that is Zongo Youth for Discipline. We are on their page live currently. We are also live on Zongo Institute for Development. We are live there. We are also live on Vibe Town Media. They are doing the live coverage. Vibe Town Media, if you need any live coverage, they will have you covered. We're also live on Ahmed Science page on Facebook. So all these live feeds I mentioned, they are all on Facebook. You can follow and share for everybody to be able to watch us. Thank you very much. Let me move. I still have my father and the other gentleman I didn't acknowledge. Let me acknowledge the youth, Africa Youth Commandant, who is our brother Aburov Kushtain. That is the youth commandant. You hear from him later. And our guest speaker, our father, our imam. Yesterday, he gave us a caution. So I'm going to be very careful when I'm going to mention his own. Mubarak, you're going to help me with this. I won't be safe. Okay. So, if you realize the role he has is the Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP. ACP Imam Hussein Atakbir. That is the Imam of the Ghana Police Service. A round of applause. He is our guest speaker and is my uncle as well. So anytime I see my father in a gathering like this, I feel very happy. Imam, Matan Josi. So we move straight to the next topic, or the next presentation, which will be community safety presentation by Neighborhood Watch as a tool for peace. That's their topic, and that will be done by Badamasi Audu, who is the spokesperson for Sabon Zongo Neighborhood Watch Committee. A round of applause. Remember, this program is brought to you or is powered by the Ghana Police Service, as well as the Liaison Office for Zongo and Muslim community, as well as Zongo Youth for Development and Sabon Zongo Watchdog Neighborhood Committee, Sabon Zongo Neighborhood Watch Committee, and also Zongo Institute for Development. Over to you, Mr. Bada Masi Audu.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I stand by protocol, Mr. Chairman, ASP Imam Hussein Abdul Rahim Hussein, the National Police Imam, distinguished guests, my brothers and sisters, good morning to you all. No junker, no junker, no junker, kullum, 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 see something, say something. I'm delighted to be called upon to say a word or two before this gathering on the topic. Neighborhood Watch as Tool for Peace. A Neighborhood Watch is a program designed to prevent a community-based crime. Citizens work with local law enforcement to make their communities safer by reporting suspicious activity. Sabon Zongo Neighborhood Watch Committee was inaugurated and sworn in on Friday, 26 September 2025 by the Deputy Minister for the Interior, Honorable Ebenezer Okuleti Tel Aviv. Before that, we started as Zongo Against Drugs for Development on the 27th March 2025, whereby the citizens took it upon themselves to fight against drugs collectively. Honorable Minister for Interior, Alhaji Muntaka Mubarak, then paid us a visit on the 8th May 2025 and instructed the Community Policing Unit personnel, TESANO, to initiate a Neighborhood Watch Committee in our community. Members were biometrically verified and an extensive orientation was given to members before the inauguration. Through our activities, the community of Sabon Zongo has changed positively. There is a decrease in crime, and the relationship between the community members and the local police has improved. in collaboration with the local police, who have successfully arrested over 20 individuals involved in drug-related activities. But unfortunately, this is our challenge. Unfortunately, none of the arrested have been successfully convicted. This is our principal challenge. Again, we lack funding to carry out our duties effectively. We also lack some basic logistics needs, such as handcuffs, protective helmets, and boots, among others. In conclusion, Mr. Chairman, I would like to thank our chief, Alhaji Yaya Hamisu Bako, Sarkin Zongo of Ankara, for the support we enjoy from him and his cabinet. Without them, our work would not have been successful. Thank you once again. I am Badamasi, and I spoke on behalf of the members of the Sabon Zongo Neighborhood Watch Committee. By this, I would like to call upon my chairman to chip in one or two issues so that we carry on. So I would like to call on my chairman, Alhaji Kamal, Alhaji Bibi, to come and chip in.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. A takaice na jin dan uwa PRO Zongo Against Drugs and for Development Sabon Zongo Accra Neighborhood Watch Committee ya zo ya tsaya nan ya yi muna kalamu masu tsada a turance, ni kuma dan daga wasu abubuwa kaɗan a hausance saboda yawancin mu nan mu fahimci abin da yake ya gudanar da shi. Na farko, Allah ya saka da dukkaninku alkhairi. Imam Hussein ACP, Allah ya saka da alkhairi. Wannan abin da muka soma, da kai muka soma, da yawunka muka soma, har muka kai inda muka kai nan. Na farko, ɗanwa ya nuna irin ƙoƙarin da muka yi a Sabon Zango. Sabon Zango ya zo ya kai ana sayar da ƙwaya da ruwan zafi a ajiye tebo, ana mix ma matasa suna sha, a take mutum in ya sha shi sandare, in ya farfado sai ce ya recharge kanshi. To cikin ikon Allah, Sabon Zango yanzu mun cancel wannan sam baki daya. Matasan da muka taso cikin Sabon Zango aka ratsar da mu mun kai 106, aka ba mu uniform, muka volunteer rayukanmu. Ni da nake tsaye nan basarake ne, ni ne sarkin Zamfarawan Abli kuma Central Constituency, na jinginar da rigan sarauta na shiga cikin Neighborhood Watch Committee, muna aikin gyaran gari. Akwai sarkin Songhai, shi kuma ya jinginar da rigan sarauta. Akwai sarkin Musawa, shi kuma ya jinginar da rigan sarauta. Muna taya mai martaba sarkin zangonnan Ankara yanda za a yi zangonnanmu duka ta ci gaba. Cikin ikon Allah, Commissioner of Police Alhaji Muhammad Suraj ya taka rawan gani. Interior Minister ya ce ya sa aikin zango a hannunsa, mu yi kokari a share zango. Cikin ikon Allah ya zo ya kai Sabon Zango, kowane lungu za ka bi za ga police da moto yana bibiyan shiganka da fitanka, har ya zo kai yanzu haka ba sai da kwaya a cikin zangonnan mu. Kuma abin da yake muna kokartawa, muna son a taimaka muna rehabilitation center, muna bukatan shi sosai. Akwai wurin jinya da muka samu daga can bayan kasuwa Senya Brekum, muna kai matasa, iyayensu suna zuwa su kwankwasa muna iya gwargwadon abin da muke da shi muna iya mu yi, iyayen kuma su support mu ɗauki yaran mu je mu kai Senya Brekum. A takaice mun kai kamar yara 11 ana duban lafiyansu yanda za a yi su komo cikin normal lamarinsu insha Allah. mun je makarantayya mun nuna ma matasa yanda za a yi rayuwarsu ya zo da sauki. Mun je schools mu da polisai, community of policing, mun je da su suka nuna da matasa yanda illan kwaya yake. Mun je da makaranta da unguwanni baki daya. Narcotics Control Commission sun zo sun ziyarce mu, dukkaninsu mun yi aiki da su ɗaya bayan ɗaya. Kuma cikin ikon Allah an kawo muna manya-manyan polisai, aka yi muna orientation, fire service sun zo, Ghana ambulance sun zo, duk manya-manyan mutane sun zo, aka nuna muna strategies yadda za a yi mu clear community mu komai da komai ya yi kyau. Cikin ikon Allah yanzu dai abu kuma Central Constituency mun cika aikinmu, yanzu da mu shiga cikin zangonnai baki daya, har mu shiga zangon Ghana baki daya. Shi sa mun zo nan mun zo mun tarar da 'yan wayenmu 'yan discipline, mu kuma 'yan discipline da kwaya duka baki ɗaya za mu gama hannu mu taimaki ɗan uwanmu yadda za a yi Ghana, zangonnin Ghana duka ta ci gaba insha Allah. Shi sa a takaice zance na kenan, muna buƙatar taimako sosai don ba mu da motoci. Muka je muka yi arrest da kudin aljihun muke rent ovan mu sa wayan da muka arrest ciki mu je mu kai police station. Shi sa muna buƙatar taimakon motoci da handcuff da shoka da sauransu, don yaran da suke shan kwayan nan wani abu ne kamar sun yi hauka, in ba kai musu kamar kai ma kai wani abin ba su ja da baya. Shi sa wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me acknowledge Corner Multimedia and iFlow Media. They are all here covering whatever we're doing. We say a very big thank you to all our platforms. As I said, this program is brought to you by the Ghana Police Service and the Liaison Office for Muslim and Zongo communities, as well as Zongo Youth for Discipline and Sabon Zongo Neighborhood Watch Committee and Zongo Institute for Development. Let me quickly acknowledge the presence of our hosts. If I refer to him as our host, this jurisdiction is under this particular individual. He has two important programs today, and this is one of the important programs. So he was here earlier, he went there, and he's back. This shows leadership. We say a very big welcome to the Honorable MC, that's Honorable Ganiyu, who is the MC for Ayawasu East. You're welcome, Honorable. Earlier, when our brother was speaking, he says he has a chieftaincy title, but he put it down just to be on the field to work. That is one person I can also acknowledge. That is the Honorable Ganiyu. He's not just an MC who sits in the office. If they are doing something on the field, you will see him with the youth. That is one sign of a good leader. A round of applause to him. We need to move on. We've gotten to the stage where I need to introduce this young gentleman. Born in Medina, he has been doing advocacy over the years with the stop or drug abuse, how to stop drug abuse. He has been championing that cause for the past 15 years. He has covered about 250 junior and secondary schools across the country. And so far, from 15 years, he has been in that advocacy, and he has covered about 250 junior and secondary schools across the country. So far, his intervention and education in terms of stop drugs in the communities has transformed about 1 million young gentlemen and women. He has been acknowledged as top 100 influential youth in Africa in 2021 by a Nigerian group. And this gentleman is known and affectionately called Africa Youth commandant. He has passion to help address indiscipline and drug abuse. So he is between this and this. That is why the liaison office is here to make sure that if you identify people who are indisciplined, it is either the drugs can cause them to be indisciplined, or when they are indisciplined, they go into drugs. Each other way works. Because when they can choir, soon then they just act anyhow. There is lack of discipline. When the the next thing is that you find themselves amongst those bad people, and then at the end of the day, they will be doing drugs. So each of the two has to be tackled. And I thank the liaison's office, the effort they took with the Ghana police to ensure this menace, and this will be replicated across the country. So we are not just going to be doing this in Accra, we'll go across all the 16 regions and every nook and cranny, every Zongo. This gentleman, that is the deputy liaison officer, when he was he's still the finance officer for Zongo Caucus, he has toured all over Ghana, every Zongo he knows. So as part of this job, he is going to be visible in every Zongo to ensure the change comes, but with the police, and inshallah we'll get the results. Thank you very much. Let me quickly bring the gentleman, that is Abrov Mustafa Kushtain, popularly known as Africa Youth Commandant. A round of applause one more time.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most merciful and special merciful, indeed all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the world, the creator of creation. He alone we worship, and He alone we ask for help. Unimaginable greetings and the peace of Allah be upon the humble human being ever scrapped on this earth, Muhammad al-Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I salute the high table. Really, I'm very thrilled and to be here, and I've been saying this. Anywhere in the world, or when you go into archives of history, anytime you see a mass transformation in any corner of the world, it only took place when people decided that they want to see change, and they committed themselves to change, and they will get change. So anytime we meet as a community, thinking about how we can make sure that the next generation of Zongo people will become impactful, that is giving us a signal that there is hope for the future. And my topic was leadership and patriotism in Zongo. And I think leadership has been something that every is your personal goal. I've committed to a goal, and all of us must work on the goal. And at the end of the day, we achieve our goal. It's something we must do. Self-awareness. You must be aware of where you are and what you are doing. Because you can't be in this uniform and still be in that base and doing that connection and pushing. And let me tell you, I was hearing one great speaker. He was speaking and says that the ideal situation for a man or a woman to die, he says his family members standing around his bed, behind the bed, all the great things and values Allah has given to the person that he has given to humanity, he didn't do. The truth, the honesty, they are all standing behind your bed, asking you, we came to you. They gave us to you so that you can make a better contribution to the world, but you didn't. And now we must die with you. So when you die today, which you can die today, and I can die today. When we talk about that, people think that is a gymnastic thing. In a few minutes, they'll tell you, oh, the boy who wear green, he's gone. Or the guy who was just talking there, oh, yeah, mutu, oh. But the thing is that when you die today, what is the community going to say about you? When you die as a uniform person, what do you want your colleagues in the uniform will say about you? When you are a chief and die today, what would the community say about you? My grandfather who died 120 years in February told me something. When you die, the reality of your history will be told. Do the people say, oh, commander, maybe no Maya, in life connection. But instantly, the person will behave. So please, self-leadership, self-responsibility. Dress well, you want people to dress well. Be disciplined if you want people to discipline themselves. Because you must mimic what you stand for. And leadership is all about you, not another person. Let it reflect in what you do. And I'm telling you, maybe we'll not be here to see the future we want to see in this country. But I'm telling you, if all of us should go out and give our best, no matter what we give our best, is it the classroom, is it everywhere, I'm telling you, generation will come, dreams will be ignited. And one day, Ghana, Zongo will remember that we committed ourselves and make a larger contribution to this country. Thank you very much. For God bless all of you.
A round of applause one more time. No wonder he's called the African Youth Commandant. He has control over the language. Now it's time for us to give the platform to our guest speaker, someone who is always available for the youth, and to find yourself in the police service, meaning you are there to serve. And this Imam, ASP Imam Hussein, ACP Imam Hussein, has that passion for development. And that is why he will be speaking on role of faith and discipline in building safer communities. Ladies and gentlemen, with a very big round of applause, let's welcome ACP Imam Hussein. The round of applause, please, let's be louder.
Thank you very much. Assistant Commissioner of Police, the MC, my brother from the National Security, the Fire Service, the head of the Liaison and his deputy, Ni Ufanemi Ngabu. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. Personally, I believe what should be said has been said already. I'm just going to pick one or two things and then make emphasis on them. When my brother, the ACP Osei, spoke, answer please. I'll make reference to Zongo. Thank you. When my brother ACP Osei earlier made his submission, he made a point that why is it that anytime we talk of the Zongo, we have some kind of perception, and then the police and other security officers, mostly that is their target, and that is where they are looking at. In fact, it's a reality. But when he made that statement, I was caught in between because I'm a typical Zongo boy Joe. And I was asking myself, why this? Why this perception? And some of us from the Zongo community, now in uniform, should be able to tell a story that it is now a different situation altogether. But again, at the same time, I was very hopeful when I heard my brother ACP very soon say amen. Amen. You deserve it, and it will come. Yes. When he came to point out to what they did, the achievement, wallahi, it gave me hope. I was very much excited with the achievements, what they are doing now, and what they are looking into the future, what they think they can do in the future. I was very much excited, and it gave me hope. My point is very clear. Normally, I would prefer to go or to make more of my statement very practical. Most of the people who live in this community are Muslims. We always preach Islam is peace. Islam is this. Islam is that. But why don't we have that connection between the religion and those who practice the religion? What is the challenge and what is the problem? Dr. Marzouk, is it our understanding or appreciation of what exactly Islam is, or it is something different? You researchers might bring something out. Because you can't profess to claim your faith is peace when what you do goes contrary to the norms and values of that identity you hold high in regard. And I believe we need to look at it. Point number 3.
And this I will ask, because you are all, or most of you here are Muslims, and you will give me the answer. In Islam, matters of security is very essential, to the extent without security you can't worship. Is that true? Is it true? I don't know if any one of you could give me some instances during the time of Prophet Muhammad where because of insecurity they have to call back. Could anybody give me an example? Huh? Tell me. I want us to interact. Tell me. Remember, number one, even at the point of they practicing the religion, they have to what? Hide. Is that not the case? Until Umar has to come and profess his faith. That was when they were sure they can go out to do what? To worship. It tells you what? The importance of what? Security. Number two, when they weren't sure of the security of their followers, they were told to leave Mecca to where? Then Abyssinia, so that they have what? Security. It tells you the importance of what? Security. Point number three, even when it is time for you to offer your prayers and the weather is not the best, you are told to quickly do what? Combine your prayers and do what? Run away. It is what? It shows the importance of security. So, everything about our religion is more about what? Security. And the matter of security has to do with what? Discipline. If you don't have discipline, your security will what? Will collapse. Finally, like my brother said, a talk about change. Let me just go to the Quran. It says, Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma biqawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Clearly, definite, emphatical, that the Lord that you worship will not change the situation of the people until you make effort to do what? To change them. So thank you for your wonderful effort. Thank you for doing what is right. May the good Lord guide you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ACP Imam Hussein. May the Almighty Allah continue to elevate him. Remember, this program is brought to you by the Ghana Police Service and the Liaison Office for Zongo and Muslim communities, with partnership from Zongo Youth for Discipline, then Sabon Zongo Neighborhood Watch Committee, as well as Zongo Institute for Development. We say a very big thank you to all these partners and stakeholders. Quickly, we have our host, that is the MCE for our constituency, or this particular municipal, that is the Ayawasu East Municipal. And this gentleman, as I said, anytime you find the youth at a particular space, he is not an office MCE, he is called the field MCE. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, let's welcome Honorable Ganiyu Ibrahim.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon to everyone. I think I will stand on the existing protocol. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I think my opinion leaders, my chiefs, my liaison officer for Ghana Police, this initiative is a very big one for Ayawaso East. My boss, police commander, I think he started this 3 or 4 years ago, or 2 years ago, and I was part of the committee. We meet and discuss discipline within the municipality. By then I was an assembly member, so I know much more about what is happening, and then we support each other and make sure we get discipline within the community. So now that I am the MC for Ayawaso East, I communicate with him a lot. If they have any program or any discussion, he comes to my office. He knows my office is always open. My office is always open for Zongo youth for discipline. I think yesterday you were in my office, we discussed, and then we make sure we get discipline within the municipality and then the rest of the Zongo in Ghana. As an MC, we are here to support this initiative. We are here to back it with whatever we can do. In terms of transportation, in terms of any support that my municipality can provide to the Zongo youth in discipline, I'm ready to support. I'm ready to make sure we get I think today I have one surprise for Zongo youth discipline. I have one motorbike outside which yeah, it's outside. I think I will hand over the key to my boss. I always call him my boss. And then I have a surprise to the Zongo because they are member of the community. And I have a token which I will announce it to my MC, and then I know he will tell you and then give it to you. Like I said, ni yaro ni mononi yaro Zongo yaro video land. Abin da ake gade yana da kyau, yana da ban sha'awa. At least muna neman sanity cikin Zongo community mu. Kuma mutum guda kada bai yi police commander ga kokari kore ba ina sa effortun shi. Ina sa komi shi kuma in yazo dai shawara da kai da yake ne kamar abin da nashi ni ina doka yi rika da karfi ne isa irin su na fi mu support su isa ina fadi mai kulu kamar ni dai na zo in support community da na tashi ni yaro ni mani kuma da komi da ya ka involve na shigo cikin community in support wanga babban yayana ne shine Ghana Liaison Officer for Ghana Police Alhaji Abosule. Mun gode da wanga initiative da kuka kawo cikin Ayawaso East. Is one of the privilege da ce cikin Ayawaso East aka kawo wanga program ana yin cikin nima kuma na zo support kuma ba karshe ke gane da yi wanga program ba ko one time aka zo office mu aka nemi support mu mun zo mu support mu zo mu make sure Zongo youth for discipline ya je yanda muke so mu samu sanity cikin nima cikin zongo ne mu da ke cikin Ghana duka isa na sai da magana nan ganga na gode. Salamu alaikum.
Wow, I told you he's a man of action. He's always available on the field. The message he has for Sabon Zongo Neighborhood Watch Committee is that he is supporting your efforts today. Just today. The future ones will come. Today is supporting your efforts with 2,000 Ghana cedis. Honorable Abdul Ganiu, Allah kare kiyaye ka, Allah dauka kaka. We are also live on the Today Muslim on Facebook. Kindly follow us. We are also on Vibe Town Media. As I said, if you need a live streaming that doesn't have buffering, it's not like it's doing like this, no. Smooth streaming, you need to talk to Vibe Town Media, the gentleman on the corner there. Trust me, when he finishes your production, he gives it to you like a recorded and well edited. Everything, text, graphics, everything is done. Vibe Town Media, may Allah continue to bless you. We are live on Vibe Town Media, we are live on Ahmed, and we are live on Firdaus Yusuf, Mubarak Yusuf's page, and we are live on Zongo Institute for Development, as well as we are live on Zongo Youth for Development Discipline page, ZYD. Thank you very much. Let me acknowledge the presence of Hajia Azumi Badi. She is a Magajiam Badi, and she's my babang dakin sarkin Hausawa na Nema. Hajia, Allah kiyaye muna miki maraba. We also have Ahmed Abdul Rahim, that is the YEA director for Ayawaso East. If he's here, let's see by hand. Thank you very much. We also have Thomas Yamua, NCC Ayawasu North. If he's here, let's acknowledge his presence. Did you wave? Okay, I think he just stepped out. Thank you very much. It is time. We are wrapping up, but if we have the custodians of the land, that is our chiefs, it is only fair we give them the opportunity to say one or two words. Remember, this battle cannot be fought well without the custodians of the land, that is our chiefs. So once we have May Martaba Sarki Luis in our midst, we will give him the opportunity to say some few words. They always have so much as chiefs. So ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, let's welcome May Martaba Sarki Luis. A round of applause, please. Sarauta, Allah kiyaye ka.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. With all respect to the high table, all protocols observed. Indeed, today is a very memorable day. Memorable day in the sense that we all met here to make a change in our life, a change in the life of our children, and the future children. Today should be marked 12 November 2025. All our big men seated in front of this table have stand firmly to see to it that change has come to Ghana, especially in the Zongos. As earlier indicated by our divisional commander, anything they talk about in Ghana, yeah, they say it comes from the Zongos. From the Zongos. Why from the Zongos? We the Zongos, we should change ourselves. Nobody will change us, but we are going to change ourselves. If that is done, everything will move on amicably. I think with the example being set by our MCE, Malam Fari, the new Abdul, he has changed everything in our Nima community. In anything that we do, is one of the leaders in doing washing, sweeping, guttering, and everything. Is one of those who takes the lead. He has set a very good example for us to emulate. We will also not forget the leadership role our divisional commander is playing in Nima. He has brought all the Nimanians together, the chiefs, the Magajies, the Malams, and other religious bodies together. So anything that comes to Nima, he called us at a round table and talked to us, and we also respond to him extensively. I think this is a very good leadership. His coming to Nima is a blessing to us, a blessing to all the Nimanians. Today, I will not forget about Mr. Fidelis and his liaison officer who initiated this move, which means they promoted the move to the extent that we are now going to reach the national level on this platform. Because yesterday, Mr. Fidelis called me on phone. The way I manage his folks, the way I manage his explain things, that makes me to move to be on this on this meeting. So I will call on all the youth to rally behind this movement so that we hold each other, and we the chiefs, the elders, will give you our moral support so that everything goes on well. May God bless you all and keep you safe. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. Mai martaba Sarki Saidu Lewis, Allah kare kiyaye ka. Let me quickly call on another chief, 2 minutes. That is Ni Note Obimbo Agbo, the second Kutubabi chief. A round of applause. Ni, God continue to protect you.
I thought you are not going to call me. I stand on all protocol to address all of you. Good afternoon. I didn't want to say anything because I'm looking at this whole initiative in the future. There will be a day we will all come here again, sit here and award ourselves. That's when I chose to speak. Yes, there will be a day that our efforts will be recognized, and then we will point out ourselves, and then we will bless ourselves with awards. Mark it somewhere. That day will surely come here. And then my support has always been with Commander Irakwa. Yes, he was in my palace, and then we spoke a lot with the team. Most of his team are with me, and then the trust that they gave me, and then the trust I have for them also made me sure that this initiative will go far. And then you have all my support from this day. I was at a meeting, but I said, no, let me come here and then listen to whatever is happening here, and then we can move together and achieve one goal together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ni Owimbo the second. If you want one of the best reels when you want to do an event and you go to social media, you want to see reels, we have one of the best reel creators. That is iFullo Studio. This gentleman is the personal video and photographer of the honorable member of MC for Ayawasu East, Honorable Ganiyu. That is his personal videographer, iFullo. He will get you all the results. So you can follow the MC's page. The MC's page, trust me, you will see yourself in a very beautiful style. You can download and share it on all social media. Thank you very much, iFullo. We'll upload most of the pictures on our page. Fidelis Yusuf's page will be there. That's the liaison officer, deputy liaison officer's page. The Ghana Police will share them. Vibe Town Media will share them. Zongo Institute for Development will share them. ZYD will share them. And we have the Sabon Zongo Watch, Neighborhood Watch Committee will also share them. We say a very big thank you to all of you. It is time to wrap up the program. But before we do that, let's give 5 minutes for the open forum. You guys will have the chance to ask questions and make contributions as well. I'll call my deputy liaison officer to join me in between time. If there's a question he has to answer, most of the questions probably he will answer, or the main liaison officer, that is Musa Ajiman, might answer. Any of them will be available for you. If you have any questions or suggestions to them, we have a period of like 5 to 10 minutes to do that. So the floor is open. I will give you the microphone to do that. You can come forward so we see you. Oh no, you be there and ask your question. The cameraman will pick you. Okay, I think you should come. So kindly come. You can stand there. Okay, next to the projector. So everybody who has a comment will come here so that you'll be live on our various social media handles. You mention your name and you ask your question. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is David.
No, one after the other. One after the other, please.
My name is David, and I'm one of the members from Nima community.
Okay.
I want to ask my chiefs and my officers, who is above the law? Why I'm asking this question is, I have some pictures to show. I don't know if they've seen it or not. So I will show the pictures to the crowd and my big men so that they will let me know and understand who is above the law.
Okay. Probably for the pictures part, I would want us to restrain, because probably for security, for security purposes, if it's someone, we have to not let him know we know about him. By streaming it out, he sees it and we'll look for him and not find him. We don't know the type of information you have, so probably we'll give it to the officers rather than showing it to the crowd for the purposes of security. And I'm sure security intelligence is key. You don't announce to your corporate you are coming for him, not always. So I think I'll allow him to show it to the main officers, and they can answer the question when they have the microphone. They will answer the question. Next question, whilst he goes round, ask your question. So you handle the two.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mohamed Yakub. I'm part of the Neighborhood Watch Committee of the Sabon Zongo.
Sabon Zongo, okay.
My question is, I want to know, we've been sworn in as we started this organization. We've been sworn in, we've passed through all processes. But I want to know, what are some of the privileges we as an organization, because we've been given card and everything. I want to know if we have any privilege between us and the Ghana police. If we have, I think the officers can also show us, because there are certain instances that we face, and I think we've not been able to see the usefulness of the card and everything we've passed through between the police. So I think the police can help us, show us if we have any privilege as Neighborhood Watch Committee members. So that's my question.
Thank you very much. You can ask your question in any language, okay? Don't worry. Kai Hausa, kai Chi, kai Aigbanchi, inshallah, answer Madama Abaka Jawabi. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so after this question, the answers will come.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. My name is Mohamed Amin Al-Hassan.
No.
Rep of the Municipal Director of Education.
Okay.
I have two things to say. The first one is the commendation to our district commander and the team. We met here last year.
Okay.
But the first one is the discipline has started from home. Because from the basic schools we manage, we see that even when they are even writing BEC, we have to go for the police for protection. Well, after BEC, they come with implements to kill one another. So they have been very, very helpful.
Wow.
That's one.
A round of applause to the Ghana police.
Now I want to ask this question. It says that an unexamined life is not worth living. Can we get a group of NGOs or from the state to give a support such that those children that we groom and mold can pick 2, 3 These are exemplary leadership among the youth. They are well behaved, then they are honest. If such things are done publicly, I think it will go a long way to give indication that yes, we mean business.
Okay, very laudable suggestion. So the first question, okay, let's answer the 3 questions, then we allow the lady to come in. So please hold on. So the first question he was asking, is anybody here or in Ghana or in the world above the law? That's the first question. And I showed you some images, so you have an idea of what he wants to communicate. Then the second one has to do with, he was asking, I've forgotten the question, but the third one I can remember, I'll come back. The third one, he was saying we need to institute or have a system where we can award well-disciplined kids or children, so that others can see that if I'm not disciplined, I will not be acknowledged, I will not get these favors. But the second gentleman, that comes to the second, I now get the question. He was asking, apart from the ID cards they gave, or them being sworn in as a Sabon Zongo watch committee, apart from that, what other benefits can their IDs give them? What is the next thing? What do they normally get just by being watching the Bible committee? I just zooming around. Is there anything they can get after just being sworn in? Benefits, that's what they want to know from the Ghana Police. So I'll give the microphone to the Deputy Liaison Officer to answer these questions for us.
Hello. We'll give the microphone to the commander to answer that question about who is above the law. And anyway, we want to make some correction here. As we said, we as the Liaison's office, my boss and I, we are not police officers. We are the bridge between the police and the community. We communicate what the community are saying to the police, and then the police also to the community. So we serve as a bridge between the two. We serve as a bridge between the two. Our mandate, as we said, is visibility, security, prevention, sensitization, and stuff like that, in terms of also development. So as we are serving both sides, we make sure that we also use our lobbying skills to be able to bring development through the Ghana Police to the community. So in any ways, we are the bridge. Normally when we are doing our national tour, we are together with police officers that would answer certain questions that are directed to the police officer. So for example, as the regional tours and tours that we do, we go together with the police officer from the national. Once we reach the region, we go to the regional command. The regional command then now knows what we are in the region to do, gives us a police officer to accompany us into the communities, to hear the problems of the community and also answer the problem of the community. So we do not answer most of the questions that have to do with security. We allow the security personnel to do the questions themselves. That is why we would allow the commander himself to answer who is above the law and who is not above the law. That is one of the commander.
Perfect. So kindly hand over the microphone to the Commander, Nima District.
Division.
Nima Division, sorry.
Yes.
Nima Division.
No one is above the law. The rule of law requires that all, irrespective of your background, rich, poor, male, female, African, European, Asian, that is equality before the law. But the person who asked this question, I think, amplified that with supported that with a picture. And I'm much privy to that. It's a case that happened. Police is still investigating the case. Now we are even at the judicial level for referral. When cases are completed, it is submitted to the judiciary. That's the court. You can't just walk into any court at all for your case to be heard. Now the JUPO, that's the commanding officer of the judicial department of police, refers it either to court A, court B, or court C for adjudication. So it's nothing new, reference to what was said or shown around, and that be assured that justice fair, but the wheels of justice sometimes grind but very slowly. it takes patience. If a case is before in the hands of police for investigation, sometimes we rush to court. You may have a very good case, but if you don't take time to work out all the technicalities, you rush to court and your case is thrown away. And the perception is either the police has taken money or the judge is bribed. That is because the evidence that would be adduced in court in support of your case was lacking. So I would urge those victims and the sympathizers that justice will be served. Let us be patient, support the law enforcement, and one day justice will be delivered. Thank you so much. And nobody's above the law.
Okay.
I am neither above the law. Honorable MC is not above the law. Chiefs are not above the law. Everyone here in this room not above the law. We all submit our will and wishes to the law. And the law will deal with you in the same way to deal with any other person. So thank you for listening to me. Our take home is that nobody's above the law.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I can't allow my lady to be standing for long, so I'll let her ask a question so she can go take her seat. So the answers will continue. She's a lady. I can't allow her to be standing for long. Sorry about that. Continue. Wa alaikum salam.
My question is, many neighborhood watch committees work hard to provide information and reports to the police, but sometimes we don't receive timely feedback. And what measures are in place to ensure that reports are acted upon and treated fairly?
Okay, this is another security question to the commander. She was saying mostly they give reports to you in a particular when there's a situation, but the timely response, they don't get it. How fast can you promise them that in the future when they bring complaints within the shortest possible time you will respond? They want that kind of assurance, so that will boost their morale. When they go for someone, they know wangamuka kamashi an kai shi court nan da nan an samu dacewa.
Yeah, and that's more reason why this gathering is very much important. Now we say we're bridging the gap. We're bridging the gap between the community and the police. Remember, police, we don't walk from house to house to know what is happening. It is rather the people in the community who either call the police or walk to the police station with information. Mr. A has done ABC, and then police react to that. So now it's a kind of shared responsibility. The fact that something has happened in the community and think that it's only the police that has the responsibility to deal with it is no longer the case. You play 50-50 role, a shared responsibility, one with information, cooperation with investigation processes. You don't leave everything to the police. Yes, we do admit sometimes our response time, either lack of means of transport and address system is also a problem. The last time I didn't know 441 or 411.
Yeah, 441.
Yeah. And somebody called from there, and it took some time before I was able to locate. Some people too, because they have friends in the police, when something happened, they call their friend. I say a friend constable. Somebody has done ABC without going through the normal process.
Yeah.
You walk to the police counter. That's why we say charge office. And then you submit your statement. And it is logged into a book that is admissible even in court.
Okay.
Should there be any issues in court, court will call for whatever you told police at the station.
Yeah.
But you call your friend because of intimacy, you call your friend and report something, and action is not taken. You don't blame the whole police because you did not use the right channel. But rest assured, I think with you also supporting the police, now our response rate, we are here this morning, we are told a bike is donated to the police, which is one way or the other trying to bridge that gap of that response rate. Now with the motorbike, a call is placed to the police, the next 2 minutes we are there.
Yeah.
It took the support of the community.
Yeah.
And practically we have seen it. The Honorable MCU, I want to take this opportunity to thank you once again on behalf of the Ghana Police Service.
A round of applause. A round of
Special
applause.
behalf. So we are still enlisting your support in whatever form, shape, kind, welcome. Support the police, let the police support. We live in a symbiotic environment. We rely on you much as we also rely on the police.
Okay.
So we don't leave the work to one person. And at the point where we are kind of institutionalizing that relationship, such as what we are seeing, it to go a long way. So rest assured the police is there to serve you. It's a police service and we are at your service.
Yes.
Anytime, any day, any moment. Thank you so much.
Okay. ACP, the other question also has to do with apart from them having those IDs and identification as neighborhood watch committee, what other benefits can they make out of their identity?
Yes, thank you very much. Let me just add something. Recently, somebody called me from the office that there was an incident in the community. The Community Watch Committee and the ZYD-YEA. The reason why we are in the community, oftentimes when things happen these days, before police will reach there, most of these young men are already on the ground holding the situation. Oftentimes, like my master said, we are under-resourced. There is one patrol team which is dealing with a case at Circle. Suddenly a call comes that another case is at 441. You can imagine. So how swift we should move to the place. It must be with the vehicle, but the vehicle is already responding to another emergency. So when it comes like that, we manage the situation. And you have what you call citizens arrest. Everyone has the right to arrest. But certain arrests, you as a citizen, when a crime is committed right in front of you, you are supposed to arrest the person and call police. If we are not available, you can equally get assistance and walk the person to the charge office, like my boss said. Then we take it on from there. But remember that we don't deal with instant justice. Everything police does will be sent to court and has to go through certain rudiments or processes. We have to investigate and eventually end up at being charged by the investigator so that it goes to the court. I hope you understand. So people want instant justice. No, democracy is not like that. So let's accept and be educating people. The engagements we are talking about, let people understand, and we are using you as a medium to educate and engage with public to let them understand our processes so that when issues happen. I want to use this opportunity to welcome our fire service colleagues. They are part of us. They are part of us. When we go for engagement, they come with us. Remember that they also have a problem with the community always brutalizing them. Our roads are narrow. We are selling by the roadsides. When they want to go, they will drive over people. So soon, when they go, we pelter them with stones. It's one of the problems we are having. So, sir, welcome. I have to speak for you. You know, you told me about it. Thank you so much. Now, the Liaison Office, I'm sure they are going to tell us a lot because they are now, this is just an open ceremony for our engagement with them, but they are going to tell us a lot about the benefits you have as Community Watch, YEA, or ZYD. Point here is that they are there to connect with us and the police. And I'm sure maybe if even a enlistment comes, you have some ways to benefit. Apart from that, what we do at ZYD is to contact certain stakeholders. Like our father have just donated motorbikes to us. We wrote to him. He told you even yesterday I was in his office. We need allow speakers to reach out with the community. So write to your leaders, should write to some of the stakeholders within the community. Okay. You will be surprised what some people can do. Okay. All they want to do is to see that you are really working. Okay. And you have the benefits. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me acknowledge the presence of the fire officer, divisional officer, that is DO2, Ahmed Abubakar Siddiq, Abelinke Commander. Thank you very much and welcome. I just saw my designer. My beautiful costume, as I'm wearing, was designed by Arewa Textiles. He just joined us. He stepped out a bit. Arewa Textiles is the man behind my costume. It's located around Kotobabi Police Station. Very solid guy. When he sews for you, you know you have something very beautiful. Let's quickly. Okay. You see, when you are a leader and you promise and deliver, you continue getting the support. The Honorable MC, Honorable Abdul Rahim, did the first pledge, and the pledge is outside. The motorbike is outside. That's one. And then he said he was going to give cash to Sabon Zongo neighborhood committee. He just did. He gave them their 2,000 Ghana cedis. Atakbir! A very big thank you to Honorable Abdul Ibrahim for this wonderful gesture. We need more of it. As the Deputy Liaison Officer said earlier, they are serving as a bridge. So some of the logistics you need, if you go alone sometimes to solicit for support, some of the benefits you are going to get through the Liaison's Office is they will try as much as they can to use the police office and be able to mobilize support. It is out of this engagement that today we had a motorbike and a cash. Inshallah, we are calling on all stakeholders watching us live across the globe. Whatever support you have, these young gentlemen need it and need it as in now. If you have a vehicle you're not using, give it to them. Let them use. If you have motorbikes, even if you don't have, try and get them. 2 or 3 people can buy one motorbike and give it to the gentleman. 2 or 3 people can have cars they don't use. You give it to them. When you give it to them, tomorrow you sleep and sleep soundly, because you know there are people who are watchmen over your life and over your community. And it's unfortunate, anywhere you go, you have the security officer not getting the best, but because he's doing service. In actual sense, they need everything to enable their work go smoothly. So please and please again, the Liaison Office will be there to help collaborate and get resources for you. Some of the resources can go as far as outside the country. They will do their best, use the office of the Ghana Police Service to get all these things, and inshallah, when the resources come, the Deputy Liaison Officer will not keep it in his house. The Ghana Police Service will channel it to you and say, okay, we are giving you 10 pickups, we are giving you 20 pickups, we are giving you, we are recruiting you into the police service, because the training you are given, it is to be able to go through the processes of being a police officer one day. And inshallah, I will not be surprised the next enlistment that will come would have most of you being part of it. May Allah make it possible. Time is fast spent. I have to get the closing remarks from, have you answered all questions? Okay, so the last 2 questions, and then we can go to the liaison officer to wrap up. Time is fast spent. Oh, okay, his question was not answered, so let me give it to Mr. Fidos to quickly answer the question of the gentleman. He made mention of instituting situations where you can award individuals and also create role models for the youth. If you have something briefly, then we have 2 questions and then we'll call it a day.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay, so some of these reasons are the reason why we did the first maiden meeting of introduction of the Ghana Police Liaison. You know, history memorial, when this appointment was given, a lot of people said, what appointment is this? What is this? The current government is creating job for the boys. Some appointments, we know some other people were talking about it. But this office has been there for long. It's been there. I think my the ACP just left. How the previous leaders used the office was quite different. At this time, as you know, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said that true leadership is being put into the youth. We know how to motivate, how to bring inclusiveness in making a position or appointment work better. So the liaison sat down and said, our mandate, which they are doing, you are doing, and other people are doing, was what we were supposed to do. And then once it is being done, why not bring everybody together so that they can take a piece of the mandate that they are doing to widen the scope. Hence the calling of the first maiden meeting for all youth groups, organizations that are championing the agenda of the Zongos for discipline, Zongos for drugs, Zongo for inclusiveness in government appointments, Zongos in pushing them to achieve what they want to do. We're welcoming all these people under the umbrella of the liaison so we can push this agenda at the top. My brother said, what kind of benefits do they get? We are liaison directly appointed by the Inspector General of Police. Automatically, my liaison here is an officer, I'm an officer, but we have our limit. We do not do arrest. We do not instruct the police. We work and walk with them. We have other opportunities that have been mandated by the mandate that has been given to us. I'm sure it's the same thing that has been given to you per your scope. By the end of the day, your first line of report is the police, and the police first line of action is from the top. So you have the bridge. That is why you have us. Whoever you are reporting to is sitting at the top. He is there, but he doesn't hear it. But we can walk directly to the person and say, listen to this person, have this thing done for the person. Hence, this is what we are doing. So we are hoping that your work, other people's work, empowered by some of the connections we do, would erupt into something big.
Okay.
Hence, we would start awarding and probably start recommending, start implementing. This will bring out this award that you are doing, so that people would reciprocate probably on good behaviors and stuff like that. So we are just urging that we want to work with you. We want to work with you, not for you, work with you, because the kind of stuff you are doing as the drugs that you are going to the ghettos, I cannot go in there. I cannot face a guy who has smoked or drunk something like that. I can't do that. My boss, he can't do that. But you are doing it. Why are we now coming to implement something else to do it when you are there to do it? But then again, the last part of it is that the Liaison himself wanted you to bring us a plan where you can be able to reciprocate this thing that you're doing in other regions, where you can be able to communicate with some of your friends who can go into these ghettos and bring out these things and distract them. Then we'll work with that plan by implementing all those things, the same way with the ZYD, the implementation from America. So we are not just sitting here to introduce ourselves. We are here to learn from you how you are doing your stuff, how you are going to lead the other staff in other regions to do it. And our job is to go and look for the source of funding for you or the support for you. This is our job that we are supposed to do.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Liaison Officer. Okay. Let's wrap up. We just have 2 questions and then we wrap it up.
Right. My name is Mustafa Campbell. I'm with the Today's Muslim. My question goes to the volunteers for ZYD. I've been with you. I've covered most of your programs, but my question is, where's the motivation coming from? Because I know you are limited with regards to resources, and it's a non-paid volunteer stuff that you do. So where's the motivation coming from? Most of you have motorbikes that you use, you fuel it yourself, you go down on fields. So this is my question, like, where's the motivation coming from? And most often you don't even have pocket money to feed. So like, you are always available, you are on the grounds, and then you are working. So where's the motivation coming from? That's my question.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me get the NCC person to ask this question.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Steve Lozofori, and I am representing my outfit from Liaison Central Municipal NCC office. First of all, our civic mandate is to inculcate good citizenship and then also patriotism to all Ghanaians. And then some of the challenges we have when we go out there, some of the communities we can't enter and we can't approach some people because of this drug, and then because we are field workers. And then sometimes my personal experience is my office, we do take photos as evidence, and then we write a report on them. Some we seek permission before we do, but some they attack us, they want to take your phone, and then so we can't go deep into some of the communities. But my question is there a number or an office we can fall on when we are facing some of these challenges, so that they can help us preach some of these things to the people within the community? Also, we do a lot. Let's say we are talking to the community on good environmental management, also good sanitation practices. Some people, they tell us the challenges they have within the communities. Let's say Alajo community, the Alajo drain, some people connect directly their, excuse me to say, their waste to the drains, and then you know, it brings so a lot. So we want, they can come out and say it directly or point out fingers to some of these people, but we want to know if there's an office we can come there and then make some of these complaints, so that they do follow up and then check these things first. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Last question from my sister. Go ahead.
CPA Zakia Mohammed Queen. Well, please, my question is, in case, what we do, we are part of the Zongo discipline for Zongo Youth for Discipline. Sorry. Please, my question is, in case there is any recommendation, maybe for the enlistments and staffs, we are pleading with our MC, Honorable, and then our leaders in the community. They shouldn't forget, we the CPAs and we the Zongo Youth Discipline. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think a statement is clear. Don't forget them, because they have been there for the community, and the community must get them to continue doing it and doing it better. Because if tomorrow they are enlisted in the police service, they know every corner. That's where they live. This is where I say a very big thank you to Sarki Me Martaba, Sarki Hami Subako. A round of applause to that chief. I always eulogize him on my show on Marhaba 99.3 every Saturday 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I start the show always by showing appreciation to Sarki Mai Martaba Hamis Bako na san kana kallon mu Allah kare kiyaye kala dauka kaka. All the chiefs in the Zongo communities that have been supporting this agenda, may the Almighty Allah continue to elevate you. The MC for Medina, the MP for Medina, Francis Xavier Susu, the MC that's Faila, and the rest, they've also done a similar situation where we have a neighborhood committee over there too. Now, if you go to Sabon Zongo, there is no corner where you will have people sitting down as ghetto and smoking. It is possible in every Zongo. Let me get that. It is possible. It is possible. Yes, we can do it. We can rid our communities from all this indiscipline as well as drugs that are affecting our youth. Thank you very much. This is where I call, remember, we have Corner Media is taking photography. Yes, the questions they answer quickly. The liaison officer will take that in a moment. You want to answer the question? Okay, so quickly come and do that. Quickly come and do that in 2 minutes. They ask where their motivation. That's the first question, and the second one has to do with she's pleading that the officers should make sure they get them involved.
Yeah, so for us at Zongo Youth for Discipline, I think the motivation is coming from the urgency to fix the problems confronting the Zongo community, and Commander has also been very helpful with his strategy in handling us. So I think that's largely where we get the motivation to get into the communities and work to fix the problems confronting our communities.
Thank you very much. The NCC asked a question with regards to if there is an office that they can always connect to have problems solved in terms of, because some of the communities, they can't go there. They are not from the Nima Mamobis. So MC, this goes to the municipal assembly. I'm sure they should be able to sort this particular aspect. Please go ahead.
Yes. The NCC gentleman, please, where are you? Go, please sit down. You remember I said earlier on that we cannot work without, that's Nima, Mamobi, and your side. You are from Central, right?
Yes.
Good. So Kutubabi area. We are there for you. Everything concerning your security when you are going to the community, you invite us. We'll come and give you security. We are not using violence. Sometimes we do intelligence. We send people even ahead of time to tell them we are coming to engage with them. Because when we go and the people that get told they smoke and all that, when they know we are coming, at least
that day there's no smoking.
You understand? And the most important thing is they listen to what we are coming to tell them and the implication of some of the things they do. So just invite us. We are working in collaboration with the Kutubabi commander. That's our divisional commander. So please be rest assured. If you have any program, call upon us. That's why you are part of the stakeholders. We gave you letter, right? Good. That's the reason why. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I call on the liaison officer, the deputy liaison officer, to give us his closing remarks in 1 minute, and then we call it a day.
Thank you very much. Commander, I'm speaking on behalf of the liaison. Commander, my very good new friend who spoke passionately. I shall be working with you together with Commander Yarokwa on my national tour. MC, my friend. MC, he and I, our story goes way behind. I was supposed to be the MC, but I gave it to him. And then our fire service. Leaders of the Zongo Against Drugs. I am very truly honored when the liaison said we should quickly organize this. And I gave you a call. You summoned all your executives and you honored it. The liaison office is very pleased and we really know what our next move is. The Zongo Youth for Discipline, the greatest thanks goes to my friend Commander. Commander and I have been friends. He didn't even know I was going to abstain the position as a liaison officer for the Zongo community. And once he heard it, he said his problems were solved. Then the chiefs, Chief Luis, I spoke to you yesterday, and I am grateful that you sense my communication through my message and you came, and the chiefs that came with you. The other ranks police, we thank you, Nana, Kutubabi chief, other Queen Mothers and Magajias, I do not know. We thank you all. Friends of the community, the media, other youth groups that are not here. We would want to extend our esteem, appreciation to your coming. The liaison himself, before us attain this throne's mandate, was the community was our #1 priority in terms of development, inclusiveness, security, and protection. And our last message to you, which was instructed to us by the COP himself, Commissioner ED, and Commissioner Strach, and Deputy Liaison himself, Deputy Chief Imam himself, he's woken up. He was part of our last meeting that we did before I did my national tour, was that the chiefs here, the opinion leaders and Magajias, as they said, the Zongos are always behind in so many of the activities of the government. We've been instructed to inform you that on the 13th, on the 17th, 15th, the police recruitment is coming out. Let us advise our...
No, I didn't get the date. You said what's the date?
I think it's the 15th.
15th?
Yes.
Okay.
They are coming out. Let us advise our children who are qualified to also apply. Let them apply. And in the midst of application too, let's watch how they apply it, because a lot of them meet the qualification but are disqualified based on the way they do the application. Some of the levels or the service they picked sometimes are way above the grade that they have, but they can start small and then climb their way up. Let us encourage our kids, our sisters to apply. so that we the Zongos, to irrespective of Muslim or non-Muslim, can be involved in this kind of discipline that we want, to be able to have that communication bridge within the community being very easy. As Commander said, if Commander was a son or a child of the Zongos and there's something happening and he enters there, it's quite easier in mediating these issues than them bringing someone else who is going to come and sit down for a long time to learn about the community before interacting with the community. Again, it doesn't bridge the barrier of Muslim or Christian. The Zongos, as I was even learned that Nima itself, the Muslims in Nima are even small. Almost 20-30% of them are Muslim, but the rest, Gans and Ewes. But when someone does something else and they say Nima, he's a Muslim. He's a Muslim. So chiefs, elders, mothers and sons, this application of the police, let's advise our children to also apply. Let them apply, and when they qualify and they are not taken, that is where some of us would be able to speak for the consideration of others. We thank you very much from the Liaison Office. Our office is always open 24/7 to accommodate, to help, to encourage, and then also to promote certain things. I thank you. God bless you all. God bless. Ghana.
Thank you very much. Khalid Abdullah Ilari, Secretary of National Zongo Peace Campaign. 1 minute appreciation. Please join us. Vote of thanks by Khalid Abdullah Ilari, who is the Secretary for National Zongo. A round of applause.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On behalf of our elders and the chief and me and all our queen mothers here, I want to thank all of you here and the good work that you guys have been doing. I think they made mention of us being disciplined in the Zongo community, and with the work that Commander is doing, I think we all have to come together and then commend him for the good work he is doing. There was
a round of applause to him. A round of applause to Commander.
There was a time that we engaged together with him that formed the National Zongo Peace Campaign. And then he's been working 24/7. One night I came to his office around 10 o'clock and he's still at the office. And I asked him, Commander, how do you manage, as a police commander, you have a separate duty that you are working for the Ghana Police Service. And then how do you manage this duty and then the community work that you are always with the youth, going up and down, morning, afternoon, evening? And he said, the situation we found ourselves, there is nothing we can do. So we have to work and work and work till when everybody is asleep. So I want all of you here to help us thank our commander, ASP, Mr. Irakwa. And then I don't want to waste much time. I think our elders are talking about discipline in the Zongo community, which is very, very important. All of us here can become who we want to become in the future, depending on how you live your life. I want to use our big brother here, the Honorable MC, as an example. We were with him together in the community, and then he used to be an assemblyman. Today, he is the MC of our community, which is a very, very big achievement. And so if you think you can't do it, then you are limiting yourself to something different. But if you have the ability that you think you can do it, you will always get to wherever you want to go.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A big thank you to the Ghana Police Service and the Liaison's Office. Thank you very much. A very big thank you to Zongo Youth for discipline. Not forgetting the Sabon Zongo Neighborhood Watch Committee and Zongo Institute for Development. We have been live on Vibe Town Media. We've been live on Honorable Yusuf Firdaus Mubarak Yusuf's page. We've been on the Ghana Muslim Today's page. We've been on Zongo Institute for Development page. We've been on ZYD page. Thank you very much, all media houses. Corner Media, thank you very much. iFullo Studio, thank you very much for all the coverage. Inshallah, we'll call on our sister. Don't forget, we'll have a group photography as soon as we end the program. So I'll call on our Chief Inspector, Agrippa Abena Frimpoma, to give us the Christian closing prayer. A round of applause to her.
Good afternoon to you. Our protocol observed. Please hurry, rise up for our closing prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for a wonderful day. We thank you for bringing this program into a successful end. And we pray and we hope that everything that is said here and done here, we shall see it in our future and it shall manifest in the future for us so that we can yield good results. And then the community and our Zongo members and the youth shall all be saved and they shall all become disciplined people in future. We pray and then we seek the mercy of the Almighty Father to give us the wisdom and the knowledge we need to be able to guide us and let us walk through our path and our work with immense success. In the mighty name of Jesus I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much. Please, it's time for us to have the photography. I have been your MC. My name is always Abdul Hamid Isa. Thank you very much. Please, let's start with the leadership. Those on the high table alone should come in front and then we take a picture. The leadership should please come in front. Please, please come this way. All those at the high table, please come in front of the table. Please come in front of the table so we take the leaders alone. Chief, you join us. Chief Lewis, please, you join us. So we're going to do the high table and the chiefs. Let's do the high table.